The Panama Canal has been efficiently managed by Panama for the past 25 years, operating even more effectively than before. This man-made waterway, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, stretches 40 miles, 64 kilometers, across the Isthmus of Panama. It allows ships to travel in either direction, completing the journey in approximately 10 hours. The canal is governed by Panama and treats all ships equally, regardless of nationality, in terms of tolls and passage conditions. However, there have been claims that American ships are being unfairly charged. The historical importance of the Panama Canal. Before the canal was built, ships traveling between the east and west coasts of the American continents had to sail around Cape Horn at the southern tip of South America, a treacherous 8,000 nautical mile journey taking 2 months. The canal revolutionized global shipping, saving thousands of miles and dramatically reducing travel time. The idea of a canal through Panama dates back to 1513, when Spanish explorer Vasco Núñez de Balboa first crossed the isthmus. In 1534, Holy Roman Emperor Charles V ordered a survey to explore a possible route for a canal. Over the centuries, many plans were proposed, including a failed attempt by Scotland's Darien scheme in the 17th century and a survey by Alexander von Humboldt in 1811, which favored a Nicaragua route. By the 19th century, interest in a canal intensified. The California Gold Rush, 1848, increased demand for a faster trade route. In 1855, the Panama Railroad was built, greatly improving transit across the isthmus. The French, led by Ferdinand de Lesseps, builder of the Suez Canal, attempted to construct a canal in the 1880s, but failed due to engineering challenges and tropical diseases. Eventually, the United States took over and completed the Panama Canal in 1914. However, U.S. control became a source of tension with Panama, leading to protests and diplomatic disputes. In 1977, the Torrijos-Carter Treaties, signed by U.S. President Jimmy Carter and Panamanian leader Omar Torrijos, set a timeline for the canal's transfer to Panama, which was completed on December 31, 1999. Since then, the Panama Canal Authority, ACP, has managed it successfully, investing billions to expand and modernize the canal. Challenges facing the Panama Canal. Despite its success, the canal has faced challenges, particularly due to climate change. The canal relies on Gatun Lake, which is filled with rainwater, to operate its locks. However, recent years have brought severe droughts, reducing water levels and limiting the number of ships that can pass through. By December 2023, water shortages had forced officials to reduce daily transits from 36 to 22 ships, causing long delays. With worsening drought conditions, shipping costs have increased significantly, making the canal less attractive for global trade. A new competitor, Mexico's interoceanic corridor. In response to these challenges, Mexico has revived an old idea, an interoceanic railway as an alternative to the Panama Canal. The $7.5 billion interoceanic corridor of the Isthmus of Tehuantepec, CIT, will connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans via a 188-mile, 302 kilometers, railway across southern Mexico. Instead of using a canal, cargo will be transferred from ships to trains, transported across Mexico, and then reloaded onto ships. The project, which passes through the Veracruz and Oaxaca regions, aims to boost trade, create jobs, and attract investment. The Mexican government has invested $6 billion, with an additional $2 billion coming from private investors. This railway revives an idea dating back to the 16th century, when Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés first suggested connecting the two oceans. Alexander von Humboldt also identified the Isthmus of Tehuantepec as an ideal location for a canal in his 1811 essay on the geography of New Spain. However, Mexico's economic struggles in the 19th century prevented the project from being realized. Will Mexico's corridor replace the Panama Canal? While the interoceanic corridor provides an alternative to the Panama Canal, it may not be as efficient. Unlike the canal, cargo must be loaded and unloaded twice, which adds time and cost. Additionally, trains cannot carry as much cargo as large shipping vessels, limiting the corridor's capacity. However, with ongoing droughts and rising tolls at the Panama Canal, Mexico's railway could attract companies seeking a more reliable trade route. Some experts predict it could handle up to 5% of the cargo that would normally pass through the canal. The future of global trade routes. The Panama Canal Authority remains confident that the canal will continue to be the top choice for global shipping, citing its connections to 180 maritime routes and 1,970 ports. However, climate change, economic pressures, and new competition mean the canal's dominance is no longer guaranteed. If Mexico's corridor succeeds, it could reduce dependence on the Panama Canal, reshaping global trade. But whether it can fully replace the canal remains to be seen.